Welcome, foolish mortals.
Hello, welcome to Magical Maidens Paranormal Vlogs.
So happy Halloween, everybody. And what I have for you today is I have some EVP clips for you. And then I also have more chit chat and paranormal stuff going on that I will talk to you about in this video. So don't go anywhere. But first, I'll do the EVP clips. So sit back, relax, get some headphones or earbuds, and relax and enjoy and listen. And I hope you all have a great Halloween, and I will see you in my videos. So here we go. Okay, in my first EVP clip, they say more than they can handle. Now, I was asking them questions, and some of the questions are private, but I'm just going to let you know what they said. Not what I asked, but they said more than they can handle. So let's see if you can hear it. Okay, so I hope you heard that. So the next one they say will help you with that. Will help you with that. Now it's not as clear as the other one, so let's see if you can hear it. Okay, so on the next one, I had asked a question and I asked about my cat Rudy. Well, did I see him that time when he appeared to me on the bed? And they said he should be, and then you hear more talking, but it's not as clear. I think they said he should be on the bed, and then they went on and on. So let's see if you can hear it. Okay, so on my next one, I ask a question, and they say, "We'll help you out if that is what you want." So let's put this on. Okay, so my next question asking about my cats that had passed, Butterball and Rudy, and they say they put them down there, they guide them there to me. When I ask if they come and visit. Okay, so in this one I ask them a question and they say he already got it. So this next clip, I ask something and they say, "Are you listening to me?" So I hope that you can hear these. Like I said, most of the time only I can hear these. So let's go. So I wasn't so sure you heard that one because I was outside. I get clearer speaking when I'm outside, so that's why I do them outside. Unfortunately, there's birds out there. I live in a wooded area, so the birds got kind of mixed in there. Okay, so my next one, someone says hello in a whispery voice before I even start. So this one you should be able to hear. So I hope you heard that. Now the next one I ask them a question, they say they argued. So here it is. Okay, so my next clip, they either say go back inside or go back in time. And that was in response to what I had asked them. So in the next one, I asked if they can hear me, and they said, I can hear you. Okay, so in my next clip, I asked about my old house. What was those things that used to mimic voices? And I tell you about them in all my paranormal blogs about that house. And they said, stay away from that house. Okay, so that's all the EVP clips I have for you today, but stick around because I have more of this paranormal vlog. So happy Halloween and enjoy. And if you haven't watched any of my paranormal vlogs, now's the time to binge watch. So get ready, light some candles, get comfortable, and binge watch my paranormal vlogs. Happy Halloween.
Now, years ago in Tartaria times, if you don't know what Tartaria is, you could look that up. And that was one of our resets back in the day. And they used to have bells, big, giant bells everywhere. Okay, not just on top of churches, because the cathedrals that they use today and call them churches or public government buildings were actually not those things. They didn't build them. They were already there. We're the inheritors. They just took over those buildings because they were so grandiose. They said, it's a cathedral, it's a government building. And you've got to just look into that. I'm not going to get too much into that because this video would be too long and I don't feel like editing this forever because it does take a long time when I edit to process it. And then I can't do certain things that I need to do in the computer while it's processing. So unfortunately, what happens was there was bells everywhere, and people have found a lot of the bells disposed of, like thousands of them, because they were everywhere and they would ring out. And what it did was it kept a high frequency, and it kept the low frequency negative and evil ones away. It kept storms away. They couldn't do anything with making storms. It kept all the evil and the negative away, and everybody was more high vibrational, and there was good and high vibrational, more positive, and you were at a higher frequency, so you were at a higher dimension. But when those bastards did their little reset, they came and they destroyed everything with meldology, their dues, direct energy weapons, and they killed a lot of people. Took some humans, usually children and babies, down below in their tunnels, and they waited it out till everything was cleared. Then they came back and they reset everything their way, because we had a lot of technology that they took away. Yeah, hundreds of years ago we had tons of technology, and now you're just seeing it, but they give us an inferior and a more inferior model than what we had. Like cell phones, we had those. We had electric cars. They were better than the crappy ones we have that explode today. We had a lot of things, but they took it all away. Okay, we shouldn't be driving these cars that we have. They're old. It's old tech. They have newer tech, but they don't want us to have it, so they kept it, and they eked it out. Oh, look, an upgraded model, just like they did with the computers and everything else. But they did it for a couple of things: to keep control, to make money, and to suppress us so they can have their power, so they can keep control and get money. It's a vicious cycle. But the bells were plentiful, and they took them away, and the Liberty Bell isn't what you think as well. Okay? It's kind of a calm, if you will, to let you know what was, because they hide everything in plain sight, and they tell you things, and they don't tell you to help you or because they care. In movies, in ads, in books, in magazines, and in TV shows, they tell you because they have to, but they have found a loophole that they tell you that, well, if they didn't figure it out, if they're not awake enough, it's not my problem. We told them. They have to because of some universal law. Okay? I don't know who they made this with, but it is a fact, and that's why they have to let you know. They have to, and they do, but they do it in such a way that it's so obscure that if you're not awake, you don't know, because if your mind is blind, your eyes can't see what's right in front of you. You have to wake up your mind, but people have giant egos, and they think they know everything. I know that. The school told me it's a globe we live on. Then somebody else will be like, no, that's flat Earth. No, you're both wrong. But you're also both right. It's a toroidal. It's like a donut. It is round, but it's flat. It's hollow in the center. That's why they use the apple, and they say that Adam and Eve with the apple. That's because that's what it's shaped like. So, I have my window open. It's a beautiful fall day.